Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm here with another board game review of High Society by Rainer Knizia. The box that you see here is the new edition of this game. This is a very old game from him, but this is the new edition from Osprey Games. But the game is exactly the same as the previous one, but this one comes with these beautiful illustrations now, and the game just looks beautiful. These are the auction things available for auction in which you will be buying out, and that's the theme of the game, that you are members of high society who are bidding on these frivolous things, trying to buy them out and showing to your friends and family that you are the member of high society and you can afford all these things, and the one who has the highest point at the end of the game is going to be the winner of the game. How the game plays out is very simple. Each player is going to have their own deck of cards. These are actually not cards, these represent money, and how the money works out in this game is actually really unique. Why? Because each of these cards have a very specific numeric value. So for example, if it's written 12, it represents 12,000 francs, but that 12 is a single card in this deck, and you will not have repetitive cards. So if you have one, there is only one card of one. Two, only one card of two. And in this way, and that's going to be very important when you're going to bid. Why? You will see in a moment. So how the bidding is going to work is that the deck of these items which are going to go on bid will be shuffled, and the first card will be revealed. Now everyone with the starting player is going to start bidding. So for example, this is a vacation card that everyone is going to bid for a vacation, and its value is going to be 6. Now everyone wants to bid for this, but you are going to set the value as a starting player, that how much value do you give to this? Do you really want it or not? And you might be bidding, for example, 3,000 or 3 on it, that I'm willing to bet this much on it. The next player may bet that instead of 3, I'm betting, let's say, 6,000 on it. It comes back to you. You will have a chance. I want to bid more or I want to back out. For example, you back out, so this one will go to the person. He will have to pay the money, so this card goes out. Now I know this person does not have 6,000 card in his deck and more, and that's going to be important. But this one, 3,000, comes back to me. The next item is going to come out. Now this is a 9,001, 9 point card. Oh, beautiful dress. And I am going to bid, for example, 6 now on it. So I know he doesn't have 6 this time. So they are going to, of course, bid something more than 6. So maybe they will bet 8. But this time, to bet more than 8, I will increase my bet to increase more than 8. Maybe I will put 6 and a 3. One of the things that you cannot do in this game is that I cannot take 6 back, because this is against the ego of the people of high society. You cannot, if you have already put something on the table, it's against your ego that I will take this back, I will put something again. No, if you have already placed it, it's placed. You have to put something in addition to it. So maybe now I have put 6 plus 3, so now my bet is 9,000, and in this deck of card there is no more 9,000 card, so he will have to go beyond that. And if I know that there is a 10,000 card, maybe I want to increase it to 10,000 already, so he cannot even use 10,000 card. He will have to go to 11,000, and I know there is no 11,000, so he will have to go to 12,000. So immediately from 8,000, I'm forcing the person to jump to 12,000. And that's the kind of psyche that you will be using, that how much you want to increase your bet by, so that the other person is thinking that now the next time I have to increase this bid, I will have to increase the bid by so much that it's not going to be easy for me. So for example, if he wants to increase this bid now, my bid is 10,000. To increase it to 11,000, he will have to put a 3 down. So maybe he does that, and that's what happens. So he wins this. It will come back to me and I can overbid it, but then it's up to me. I want to, but he will be out of this money. And all this money that's going out is going to be important as well, because at the end of the game, the player who is out of the maximum amount of money, then he's out of the high society. He's an immediate loser, because he just doesn't have the money to support himself to be in the same status as others. So you might have the best things in the world, but if you're bankrupt, then you cannot be part of the high society. And that's also one of the things, that if someone is buying a lot of things, then everyone stops wasting their money and then get them bankrupt, and that's an easy way of letting someone lose as well. And we had one such fun game in which we let someone lose by just letting them bid very high on things and just letting them bankrupt. Now, another thing that's going to happen in this game is that there are going to be these green special cards that will come out, and everyone is going to try and bid for those. Why? Because they are going to not only trigger the end of the game after a certain number of green cards come out, but they are also special action cards. So for example, this one is going to increase the status of all my things by 2. So if, for example, this player has 9 plus 6, 15 points right now, if he's able to outbid for this card, then he's going to get not 15 but 30 points in the end. And any other item or activity he's going to bid for, he's going to keep increasing by 2. So it's a very lucrative card for him. So everyone is going to try and save their money for these kind of things. So maybe I will try to outbid now him, and I know some of his smaller cards have already gone out. He will not be able to increase his bids by these amount of cards. So maybe I will increase my bid. I will start with a high bid, and I will slowly increase my bid by 3, by 2, because I know his smaller cards have already gone out. He will not be able to increase his bids in smaller increments because those cards are out. And that's the kind of thing that you will be trying to guess out and trying to stop others from doing, that where can I trap others and try to get more lucrative cards for myself and bid for things that I really want and stop others from getting. And those are the kind of mathematics that you will be doing in this simple auction game. Then there are going to be other green cards like this scandal card, which change the mechanism of a game slightly. How it will work is, this scandal card is going to actually halve all your points. So instead of 15 points, your points are going to be divided by 2 in the end, whoever gets this card. So everyone is going to now bid for not getting this card. So the lowest bidder will get a scandal published in the paper, and everyone else will be paying for it. So everyone else, whatever they bid, that's the money that will go away from their hand. So everyone pays except the lowest bidder. So the lowest bidder will get to keep the money, but they will get a scandal published for them, but their points will get half as well at the end. And that's the kind of balance that you will be doing. So you will be thinking that, should I get this item or not? Should I try to save my money? Maybe a better thing will come, but maybe the number of green cards are going to come, trigger the game end now. Is it time to take that risk or not? And those are the kind of decisions that really make this game shine. So high society, even though is a very simple game, but these are the kind of decisions that elevate this game from a very simple auction game to a very fun auction game. Now, the caveats with this game is that if you don't like auction games, then there is nothing else in this game other than this mechanism. You are just betting on these beautiful things, and if auction is something that it does not interest you, then maybe this is not the right game for you. But if you likes a little bit of role playing, you want to get in that British flavor, and you have a fun group of friends who want to have a good time, then this can be a quick, fun auction game that you can sit around, and this acts like a party game rather than a card game or a board game. and you will be having a lot of laughters as you try to outbid each other and try to remain a part of the high society. So if that fascinates you, I hope this gives you a little bit of idea how the game works and if this might be the right game for you. That's it for me. Happy gaming.